One of the oddest things about economic life is that the prices for things keeps rising. Incomes and prices in the past are amazingly different from today. One of the things that kept us bothered every day is the inevitable increase in the prices of goods. And time will come that we can no longer afford to buy the basic commodities that we need in our daily lives because the prices of these goods are constantly increasing. The increase of the price of goods is called inflation. Let's see how inflation affects the economy. Russia is a major oil producer and among the biggest suppliers of natural gas. Due to the current conflict between Russia and Ukraine, economists warned that the prices of goods in the Philippines may rise to unforeseen levels in 2022 as tensions between Ukraine and Russia sends oil prices soaring not only in the Philippines but also around the world. The United States, a Ukraine ally, imposed a dramatic sanctions against Russia to make Putin change his course of action. The most notable sanction among others is the one on the Central Bank of Russia or CBR, which controls the domestic market and the foreign market. The immediate effect of the sanctions is the uncertainty it brings to the world economy. The most prominent effect of this event is the inflation of oil in the Philippines. Now, the Philippines is a few oil price hike away from seeing oil products rise to 100 pesos per liter. These may hurt the pockets of the public utility drivers and car owners. Aside from the rising oil prices, the Filipinos will also see an increase in basic commodities. So, why is inflation a problem? The real problem is not everything inflates exactly at the same rate. Inflation changes our lifestyle. As prices of basic commodities increase, an average earner may need to switch to a simpler lifestyle. An example for today's situation wherein oil prices are becoming expensive, from riding a motorcycle to travel, you may start considering yourself buying a bicycle in order to lessen your expenses of oil products. Inflation can lead to insufficiency of income to sustain an average earner individual's way of living. The usual income of an average earner receives may no longer be sufficient to sustain their way of living, considering the increase in the cost of the basic goods. To sum it up, the inflation and the collective indirect impact of the Ukraine-Russia war would slow down the Philippine economic recovery. The worst-case scenario for our country would be an economic fallout. How will the government of the Philippines handle this alarming issue? Will we be able to recover economically? How exactly will inflation affect us in the long run?